Welcome, City League sports fans, the show where we share our stories, those stories that are part of Columbus City League. We tell our stories better than anyone else. Today, we got former Mifflin puncher, Aman Thornton on the show. What's going on, sir? Say hello to everybody here in Columbus.
That's good, man. Hello to everybody back home. I ain't been home in a little minute, but I still got love for y'all.
Certainly. I'm your host, Dr. Vince Clarino, man. We're going to get into some fun stories here today with this young man. For our radio listeners, one of the first things that happened just now when he was saying what's good, this guy's got a great smile, man. You good looking dude, man. There it goes. Hey, look, the radio people, y'all can't see this, man. This guy's got a great smile, man. Good looking dude here. Here we are on the show, man. And so, man, we're going to dive into, I'm going to take you back to your high school time. A lot of people don't know because obviously, man, you're out here around the country just blazing on the tracks. But a lot of people don't know, man, you were a two-sport guy in high school playing football and running track. So let's do a little football for a moment, man. Here's what they don't know. So I'm going to throw it right at you. And hey, you get to say whatever you want, right? How was it playing for your dad, right? And we love your dad, man, here in Columbus, A.T. Thornton. Shout out to him. But how was it playing for your dad as the head football coach at Mifflin? Come on, give it to us. Come on, man, give it to us.
It was an experience. The first 2 years, I gotta say, it went pretty. We had to. I was growing up, so I was still growing to become a person.
Yeah.
So we butted heads from time to time. I was doing some. I wouldn't say I was doing dumb stuff, but like I wasn't fully thinking through.
Okay.
I wasn't really seeing the plan at first. I was kind of being selfish. But as we got on, as him and I had more talks, we started to become more vocal with each other, started taking away, not thinking about the father and son aspect, but coach and athlete aspect. That's when we started to really grow. So like junior year, some people may know, we went to the playoffs. I was able to flourish because when my father and I, we sat down and talked and said, this is what your role is going to be. This is what we're going to do. I just need you to do this role and everybody else is going to play their role. Yeah. And, I was like, okay, I see your vision. I see what's going on. We just got to put it together. So he came to me and asked me, I need you to be an integral part of our offense.
Certainly.
Be able to take your eyes off of other people. So people key on you and let other people be open. And then if other people key on other people, then I'll be open. Yeah. So it gave us, I was like, okay, I accepted that role. And even some people may not know, but he was also my track coach.
Yeah. We're going to get to track. And let me dive in. Let me share this for a moment though, right? So like there's a lot of father, son, or mother-daughter, mother-son, there's a lot of parent and kid coaching situations all over the country. And none of them are easy, right? And they're all unique because it takes the dynamic of home and it blends it into what's going on athletically. And I'll share with you, like, your dad in his own right had his own level of success athletically. Obviously, everybody around Central Ohio knows that. He was a bad dude, right? And so a lot of times, man, when you're coaching your kid, you just want them to have the same maybe successes and opportunities that you had, and sometimes maybe even better than what you had. And so we push, people push their kids in different ways. But you all had a good thing going on. It's nice to see that, you can smile about it and laugh, man, because at the end of the day, and I don't know what your father's version is of it, but I think as most parents would say, man, if somebody was to go back and look at any person's high school time, we're all that's a stage of growth and development. And so, every young person is kind of finding their way. You were finding your way. So you shared that he was also your track coach. So you did a winter season, or you did a fall season of football, and then you got a little break, and then you guys were back at it together on the track. So how did that go? I mean, you know what I mean? How was track in general at Mifflin? And you tell me, how did that go?
I would say the track part aspect was much easier.
Okay.
Especially when it came to me and him. At that point in time, when he first started coaching me, I had been running track in the summer for I would say at least 7 years at that point.
Okay, so track was your thing for a while, and you had been getting after it even when you were younger.
Yeah, so I was running with the Ohio Rockets. Coincidentally, we were running out at Mifflin.
Okay,
so I had never really left, but that part, it just was. I mean, we knew at first. It was the first 2 years, I want to say. It was getting ready, like, as I was always good at track, but it was also getting ready for football, trying to get faster, all the different aspects. And then about junior year, we made a turn. That's when he came to me and said, like, okay, like, we need to start going out here and winning these state championships because you're capable enough.
Yeah.
You just got to apply yourself. You just got to go out there and do it.
Certainly.
So junior year came around, fall at regionals. Senior, he goes after senior year and he tells me, after junior year, he tells me, he said, you're going to win the state championship. He told me that before, a little bit after.
Okay. Let me hold on. Take a deep breath there. I'm curious to hear when you heard those words being shared with you. Did you hear the voice of a coach or did you hear the voice of a dad? I'm curious, because like somebody to come and say, hey man, you're gonna win the state next year. I think there's probably a lot of people, like I don't know that a lot of people would share that with a junior. So I'm just curious, how did you receive that? Did you hear both voices?
I heard both voices.
Did you? Okay.
It come from, so I know me and him, we had to have some conversations about, the father, when the coach switch comes on and when the father switch comes on.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they would get intertwined, which again, this is a learning experience for both of us because he's never coached his child before.
Yeah.
So, and I've never been coached by my father. So, but he came to me and said, you're going to win state.
Nice.
He said, we're going to get together. We're going to win state because you're more than capable.
Right.
We just need to put it together. So I would say I heard both of them.
Okay.
Both the voices. From a concerned father to a coach who knows what his athlete can do.
Yeah, nice. I mean, hey, like because winning state ain't just some easy task. It's not like you just wake up and go, I'm gonna go win state. Like there's a lot of work that goes into that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he especially in our senior year for the whole team for me individually, but for our whole team as a whole, he dove into track.
Yeah, nice.
He dove head first in the track. He went through, he learned, he asked questions. Especially when I was getting recruited, he was asking the coaches questions so he could bring it back to us.
Nice.
He just dove into it real heavy. So even like, not even me for individual, but for our team, he was trying to, he dove into it to help us all on the team. Let
me get, we're going to focus a lot more on you here. So because this is your show and your moment to shine, but let me just give a last shout out to your dad for having the awareness to say, look, you know what? I'm gonna sharpen my tools. I'm gonna improve myself for the betterment of all the young people that I'm coaching. That speaks volumes to him as a man. I share that with our coaches all the time here in the City League. Like, hey, look, go out and sharpen your tools so that your young people can benefit from your instruction and leadership. But so let's go here because the show's not long, man, and I want to make sure we get into fun stuff, right? So before we get out of high school, we got the visionary dad coach who says to his son and star athlete, you're gonna win state. So now let's jump to the end of the track season. You do your thing, obviously, in our league championship. And I think for a lot of people, even though you were having a successful senior year, for a lot of people, that's kind of, that's a chance to get on the map because that opened everybody's eyes, right? Like now it's boom, this dude is blazing. And then take me from City League championships and then let's just run it to the state championship in that senior year for you.
I hate to toot my own horn, But
toot it. Hey, that's what we do on this show, man. Toot your horn, smiling, toot your own horn, man. Go right ahead.
Toot my own horn, but I have been undefeated all year. I just wanted to keep it. So going into districts, junior year, I had won district championship. Okay. So I was like, okay, like that's already been done. We'll knock that out. We'll get that out the way. Then we go to regional championship.
So hold on real quick. So going into the cities, you was just like, this is just another day at the office. I'm gonna run through this. This another day at the office.
I hate to say that, but yeah.
Yeah, that's okay, man. I'll say it for you, man. Hey, I'll say it for you.
I was instructed to go set the city league record, and so that's what I was told to do.
Yeah, so you was running. You was running for a PB that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was running for the record, ended up getting it. So that was really my main thing. Set the record, and then go out to districts. Repeat what I did the first year. Regionals. I mean, I wouldn't say I really expected to win, but I went out there and I was like, well, I've already beat most of these guys before. You just added a few other guys.
Okay.
I just gotta, I gotta go out there and beat them. All respect to them because they're definitely big names out here in the track world still.
Yeah.
But got to beat them, and then we get to state. It had been a long time coming. It was a day for me to shine, especially because I graduated that day.
Oh wow! So you had one of them dual days, man. Yeah, nice. You had. Did you graduate before or after state meet?
Before. Okay. I showed up to the state meet in my cap and gown.
Nice. I hope your family got good pictures of that, man. Those are fun memories.
Yeah, I had to take off everything, switch in the bathroom at Ohio State, and get ready to go. Yeah. So I mean, it just happened, and I was just like, you know what, man? Like, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what we talked about. It's my time. It's my time to go out here and take what's mine. Yeah, I mean,
how did that feel, man? Yeah. Tell us about how that feels, man. Not everybody gets a chance to be competing in a state championship for any sport, let alone win it. So just shower us nobodies out here in the world with how it feels to be a state champion. How did that go?
It was an emotional day. All my friends, all my family was there. I would say a lot of people. This is a lot of people there.
Did your dad cry? Did your dad cry?
Yeah.
Come on, come on, man. Get him on the spot, man. Did he cry a little bit?
Yeah, we both did.
Good for y'all, man. That's a fun memory.
We both did. We went out there. I mean, you get out there, it's surreal. Like I've been, like I said, I've been running track for pretty much all my life. I competed at Ohio State before, like just at a certain meet. Yeah. So it wasn't anything. It wasn't that I've never been there. It was just like now it's like
it's different.
This is something that you dream of. You look up in the stands, the crowds are yelling. Yeah. Everybody's up there. It's a kid's backyard dream.
Yeah. Nice.
And to win it, to cross the finish line and realize I won, it was like wow, like this is crazy. Like it didn't feel real. Yeah. Yeah. It didn't feel real at all.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
It just was like, something, I was told that I was going to, and then I bought into it, and I was able to live out what we talked about.
Let's pause there for a moment, though. When you say you bought into it, is buying into it, does that mean you did the work?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I want all our listeners to know, right? Like, you don't just wake up one day and you make it to state. There's a lot that you had to do in preparation to be able to not only compete but win at that level. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, that was, I would say, a year's worth of work. He told me shortly after regionals. My junior year. So
all summer long. All summer long, were you working obviously that summer into your senior year, getting ready for it?
I would say no, because I was playing football.
Oh, okay.
But when our football season would start going haywire, it just wasn't what it was. Yeah. we started to go into it towards the end of the season. Like, okay, like we understand, like this is what's going to happen. We're not going to make the playoffs. We're gonna start transitioning the track, and this is what it's going to be.
Okay. So you win the 800-meter state championship at the Jesse Owens Stadium on Ohio State's campus, and then now, you know, like you said, you graduated. So here you're graduating. You're winning a state championship. That's a fun day, right? And now you got to transition, and you're going off to college. And so give us a short peek behind the window or behind the curtain on, you know, like give us a short peek on how you make your initial college decision, where you go, and then kind of just like transition us into where you're at. And I'll let you tell us where you start off at and then where you're at.
Well, I knew I wanted to go to school after the state meet. I wanted to go to Illinois. That's where I wanted to go. I wanted to follow Coach DeBray Harris, who's now at Southern California.
Okay.
I wanted to go with him because I knew he was a great coach. So that was really my big thing. Some stuff happened, the money, different stuff like that. So I couldn't exactly commit there at first. Time goes on, and then we make a deal, we make something work. I commit on full scholarship, but only catch was I had to sit out my first semester. So my first semester would have been my freshman year.
Yeah.
I stayed at home. I was at Columbus State just doing classes, just trying to, you know, get used to college and all the different stuff and working. And then time came for me to go. I go out there. I get to train very well. I don't run the indoor season because, again, I was in mid-year, so I was a little.
That's okay.
I was still trying to adjust.
Yeah.
Then COVID hits before we can go outdoor. So, you know, COVID hit, it affected everybody, all the same.
So you graduated in 19 from high school? Okay. So your first year in school is a COVID year, 1920. Yeah. So then before you even get really going, you're facing a lot of obstacles to get this started, man. Even more kudos to you for where you're at now. But okay, go ahead. So COVID hits.
Yeah. So at that point with COVID, I was only in Illinois for 70 days. I was only there for 70 days. So that's only. Yeah, that's not even a lot.
Right. 2 months.
So time goes by. School starts again, COVID still thinks we got to wear masks and all this different stuff all the time.
Yeah, everything that was going on in the world, right.
Yeah, training is going well. My coach comes to us like September, says, or October. September, October, I can't really remember. He says, yo, look, like, in college, coaches always move. That's one thing. Everybody back home, coaches will always be on the move unless they're some big name or whatever. They vested, they got money. All coaches move. Okay. That's something I had to learn on the fly. He leaves. I go. I have to stay. I'm staying in Illinois. I'm not going to lie. I'll be 100% honest. I wanted to transfer right to the Nair, but because I didn't have the times, because I hadn't run yet, right? I was like, and
so you had to establish yourself. You had to establish yourself. You had to become a college athlete and kind of show to everyone, hey, look, here I am.
Yeah. So I had to get through some things. It was a tough time at Illinois, honestly. I love the place.
Champaign, right? Is that the city, Champaign, Illinois? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the place. I love the people. I loved it, but it just wasn't for me. I found out it just wasn't for me anymore. Yeah. And so I was like, me and my parents decided, hey, we're gonna stick out this season, and then we're gonna pack our bags and we're gonna find a new home. Okay. So that's how season went on. Time goes on. I hit my times, and I'm like, you know what? Like, and at that point in time, I'm hurt. I got a soft tissue injury. I don't really have soft tissue injuries. So I'm like, yeah, like this is, I hit my time when I needed to. I'm going to leave. So while time goes on, summer hits, that following season, that fall after the spring, and I go, well, I jump into the portal. A lot of schools called me. There are a lot of people offering fulls or close to fulls.
Yeah.
But really, I already knew where I wanted to go. I really wanted to go to Southern California with.
Okay, so you wanted to be out there at USC.
Yeah, or Clemson.
Okay.
So it was one of the two, because for me, I didn't really care about all the bells and whistles. I don't, coming from,
modest beginnings. Modest. Yeah, I get it.
Modest beginnings, You
wanted to do the work. Yeah, you wanted to do the work. You wanted to get into the lab and you wanted to get out there and do your thing.
Yeah, I didn't really care about. I didn't need all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
I just needed at least one training partner, and a coach that knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
And so that was, or he's proven. Because for me, I don't really care about all this and that. I want to know if the coach is producing athletes. Right. And I knew Southern California and Clemson were producing athletes. So the crazy part is I didn't you get 5 visits. I didn't even take a visit. I just was like, I already knew. Coach had proven to me. I had seen a coach now had already proven to me, like, he took like a guy who runs 46 and 400 and 149 and 8, who's a 400 specialist, into a 145 guy. So I was like, well, shoot, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know.
Right.
To see. So I was just like, you know what? This is where I was going to be. And I got down on the campus after I had signed. Like I said,
and slow down. I want to make sure everybody here who's listening understands. You are now at Clemson.
Yes.
Okay. And Clemson, for those of us that, we just see the name and the lights and we see the orange and we see all of that. Clemson is in South Carolina. So you're in the South. You're running in the ACC?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So you're at Clemson, and now share with us some of the things that are going on life at Clemson a little bit. Share us a little bit of track that's going on there now.
I mean, we're doing well.
Yeah. Y'all doing. Hey, look, you said that kind of modesty loss, right? We're doing well. No, y'all doing better than what, man? Y'all kicking butt, man.
We doing well.
I had to laugh because I almost spit my coffee out, man. I love the, you're being, but you're doing well, man. And like you said, y'all are doing well. So give us a little bit of what's going on for you and the rest of the Tigers there, man.
We're hungry. We want. I hate to say that we want what's ours, but we're here.
Yeah. No doubt.
We're here. Don't count us out. Don't forget about us. Don't sweep us under the rug. We're
certainly
here.
Okay.
And we're hungry, and we want it. We want it bad.
What is a day? What is a day right now? Like I know the season is beginning, man. What does a workout day look like for all these high school kids out here who think they're going hard, right? Like after school, I got a track practice, right? For like, what does a college day look like for you, man? And just working out and preparing for this season that's coming, that's upon you.
It takes all y'all back home, man. This takes a lot. Right now I'm tired. I'm tired.
Yeah. Did you already have a workout today?
No, I got one coming at 3:00.
Okay.
It's gonna be it's not easy. It's not easy. A lot of early mornings, a lot of late nights. You got to get up. For us, the way our schedule works, we go to class in the morning, then we go to practice in the afternoon, and then some days you'll have lift, some days, other days you just have practice.
Say that again. Some days you'll have what?
Some days you'll have lift, and some days you'll only just have practice.
And the reason why I wanted you to say that is because high school kids, man, are some of the most difficult and challenging group to get to understand. You have to lift weights. Right. And then when you get to college, you see everyone does it. I mean, if you plan to succeed at that next level, weight training has to be a part of what you do. And so you said it very nonchalantly, not because you were trying to just move past it, but because it's a part of your daily routine, right? I mean, it's just what you do now in college, right?
Yeah. I mean, in high school, we lifted I run the 8, but I'm definitely a much bigger guy. Like if you've never seen me in person, if I got people back home, I'm a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like 200.
I was gonna say, yeah. Tell me what weight you walking around with today. You walking around with 200 and some change?
I'm like 200. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I mean, I move it well because I'm stronger. I mean, I've always been. Even like senior year, I was a bigger guy. I was definitely a bigger guy.
Yeah.
A lot of people come up to me during meets and be like, "What do you run?" I'm like 8. They're like, "No way," and I'm like, "Yeah." And they say you're big. I'm like, I move well.
Yeah. Hey, the 800 is a grown-ups race. You got to be a bad person to get out there and do that 800, man, because like to be able to sprint like that for 800 meters, and I mean that takes a whole different type of training, mindset, stand. I mean everything, man. So like I always tilt my hat to those that get down and run that 800.
Yeah. But yeah, man, you gotta work. Especially in a non-revenue sport, and they're paying you a good amount of money.
Yeah.
You don't really get excuses unless you're really, really hurt.
Right.
You gotta go get treatment. You gotta take care of your body. You gotta learn your body. You gotta eat right. You gotta learn your body. That's a big thing about college. You gotta learn your body. Yeah. You gotta learn what your body needs, how it responds to different stuff. That's really the biggest thing. You got to eat right. You got to take care of your body.
Yeah.
Because my body, I would say my body doesn't really ache that much anymore, but I definitely got aches and pains.
Yeah.
You got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Certainly.
Especially like.
Them is coach's words right there. That's a coach that said that. That's a practice comment right there.
You got to be uncomfortable. You got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because I'm telling you, especially during the season, if you're at a high level school like Clemson, or you're going to high level competitions, you're gonna be uncomfortable.
So where do y'all run at this season for you coming up here? This is your junior year of competition, right? Third year of competition. Mm-hmm. So where do you all run at this year? Give us some different meets and stuff. Do you know where y'all are at?
Yeah, we ran at we just finished Texas Relays last week. We got back Sunday. That's a bigger meet. That's a long meet. A lot of events to be run.
Yeah.
What else? We ran at UCF. It was a little smaller meet, but it was more
coming up for you also. Like what do you got on the horizon?
We're going Tom Jones in Florida. That's going to be a real competitive meet. Then we got Penn Relays.
The Penn Relays up in Pennsylvania, up in Hershey, PA.
Yeah, we'll be up there. That one is big big competition.
The Penn Relays has a historical, a long history of just being a really fun and competitive event. To be able to compete in that, man, make sure you take time to soak that in, man. That's a historical track event in our country. Take time to soak in that you get a chance to run in the Penn Relays, man. A lot of people would dream of a moment like that.
Yeah. Who else? South Carolina, a meet down there, Tennessee, and then we got ACCs and regionals. And
where does ACC hold championships at?
It depends on the year, but this year it's in Raleigh. It's in North Carolina.
Okay,
State.
North Carolina. Yeah, okay. NC State. Okay, that's what's up. Before we get out of here, throw us I know, and I'm gonna share this, and I'm sure you know this as well, but the NCAA record for the 800, I think, is like a 143. Is that something that you're aware of? Do you know that time? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm just putting it out there into the universe and in the atmosphere. You know what I mean? Because I looked and I said, I wonder what the 800 record is. But before we get out of here, I know you recently, man, you've been able to ink an NIL deal, and you got the Tiger Impact group behind you, man. So do you want to share a little bit about that before we get out of here?
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Okay.
Tiger Impact is a collective, NIL collective, through Clemson. Essentially, people come in and they go, we want to sign you to this contract, but what you're going to do for us is we want you to go out there and find a charity that you that you find that important to you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that's important to you.
Certainly.
And we want you to be over there and bridge a relationship with them and be able to be a betterment, be able to help be a betterment, be a part of the betterment of the community.
Okay.
So really for me, I chose the Boys and Girls Club of Greenville. I can't go up there too much just because it's practice and all that stuff. And it's about like 35 minutes away.
Okay.
Can't really get to it so much, so especially because we're in season.
Yeah.
But, I try to post about them at least twice a month.
Yeah, certainly.
Be able to highlight events and stuff like that.
That's beautiful. Hey, man, let me share with you. All of us, man, start someplace. I was a Boys and Girls Club kid when I was running around. I was a recreation center kid. We all start off with somebody there, whether it's a parent, a coach, some youth coach out there who's helping guide us on our journey. Your journey has been fun to listen to today, man. Like you go from being this young man, as you shared, right? You grow up over at Mifflin High School with under the watchful eye of a parent who loves you. And I'll share with you, man, like as a parent right now who's trying to help my son do some things out here, right? Like, man, we just want the best for our kids. You'll learn that one day. You'll have young people running around. That's a part of your life. But I know your dad, and even, man, I've known your dad for I can't even know. 20 years I've known your dad, and he's always spoke excitingly about you. Your journey has been fun. Everyone here back home, man, we're happy for you. And love what you're doing. And so as we begin to wrap up, you go from being a puncher and now you're a Tiger. You're there in Clemson. We're going to be watching for you and rooting for you here this season. But you give us your last word, man, before I do the outro. What do you want to share? Anything I missed? Anything you want to talk about before we sign off today?
Just want to tell the young people, man, you can do it. You can do it. Just because you may be come from an urban environment, you may come from whatever situations, you can do it.
Love it.
Honestly, like you can do it. It's doable. You just gotta do the work. And the work ain't even that hard. And that's me saying that. But the work ain't even that hard. Because once you get there, you there. Yeah. You just gotta keep doing what you're doing. And once you keep doing what you're doing, it's easier.
Love it.
Once you get here, the hardest part is trying to get here.
Okay.
Once you get here, as long as you do what you're supposed to, it's easier for you to stay here.
Love it. Hey, words well spoken. I'm gonna give you the new AT title. Aman Thornton in the house, man. Appreciate you, young people. He said you can do it. Coaches, those young people can do it. So let's listen to somebody who's out there doing it. We'll be rooting for you this season. Much respect to you today, man. Appreciate you being on the show. Listeners, catch our future episodes, man, on radio WCBE 90.5 FM. Catch us on Spotify, Apple, whatever platform you listen to your favorite podcast. Follow us on Instagram at City League Sports 614 and follow this young man if you can keep up. He's blazing on the track. So follow Aman Thornton down there at Clemson University in South Carolina. Until next time, everybody, I'm your host, Vince Clarno. This is City League Sports.